Duck carnitas with a pineapple salsa. This is so delicious. Firstly, because duck and pineapple go together, but they make a really delicious Mexican-style dish just like this. So I'm using duck legs. Duck legs are so versatile, full of flavour, and they love a long and slow cook, and that's how I'm going to cook them for the carnitas. So I just like to pat them dry on some paper towel first. And we'd want to do this so we get beautiful crispy skin on the outside. So one at a time we'll place into our pan with our other duck legs. And the aim here is to render some of the fat, but also get that colour so we make a lovely sauce to go with it. And this is going to take a few minutes just to get the fat rendering. I've also placed this on quite a low heat. We want this on the low heat so a lot of the fat renders and liquefies, leaving us with a beautiful thin crisp skin. While that's rendering, we can get on with our salsa. I like to make it ahead of time just so all the flavours can mingle. So in a small bowl, I'll add some pineapple, fresh pineapple if you can. And we're just going to finely chop it. So I only need a few slices of it. And we'll use that for dessert later on. I think Mexican salsas don't have to be complicated, just a few really fresh ingredients. And what happens is you've got beautiful rich duck, so cutting through that with really fresh flavours like pineapple, jalapenos and coriander is just a match made in heaven. So run our knife through that, turn it around and then finely slice into cubes. Right, that is done. Place that into our bowl. Okay, some herbs, coriander. I'm just going to use a few sprigs of the coriander, and you can see all these stalks and roots. I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to use that in our duck stew. So gathering that coriander, if you like, you could use some mint instead of coriander. It's your choice. Finely slice. Just running your knife through it once because I don't want to bruise this too much. We'll pop that in. And the juice of half a lime. Look at these limes, they're so juicy. Squeeze that in, and to really bring out these flavours, a pinch of salt. And then I love the addition of the jalapenos. So finely slice them. And then we'll mix everything together. That can go into the fridge until we use it later on. So it's just one step out of the way. Lots of chopping. That can now get a really quick stir, and that's one job out of the way. Now back to our duck. Let's have a look. Oh, I can see a lot of that fat's rendered out, so that's good. And look at the colour. That is what we're after. Love the smell of duck cooking. Okay. Now that I've turned that over, you just want to very briefly seal it on that other side, and then I'm going to remove them. Now, if you like, you can remove some of the fat here. It is fantastic, just popped into a jar, into the fridge, and next time you want to bake some potatoes, add that. It's so delicious. Or you can just leave it in this dish. I'm going to leave it because there's not too much fat there, and I want to cook my onions in this oil. So in that goes. And we're just going to fry them off just to soften. Spices, a combination of 5 spice, very, very good with duck, so I love to add it with this, along with smoked paprika and cumin. And we just want to toast them off. As soon as you start to smell them, that's now, we can add some garlic. It's all going to cook down long and slow in the oven, so it doesn't have to be chopped perfectly. And then a small amount of tomato paste just to give us a lovely rich sauce. What I also love about Mexican food is the balance of flavours. So for a zing, we always add a splash of vinegar. I'll add some stock, so just some chicken stock, and we'll add about 500 mils and return our duck legs. So this time around, we're going to place the duck legs in skin side up. I want to expose, so not completely in the liquid, because what's going to happen here is we're going to get beautiful succulent meat that's going to be cooking in the liquid, and then the top of it is going to stay super crispy. So no lid on for this. I'll just add a very good pinch of salt because we haven't seasoned the sauce or the duck yet. And this goes into the oven, 170 degrees for about 1.5 to 2 hours, or until the meat just falls perfectly off the bone. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Beautifully cooked duck. It's still crispy on the top. Now, before I shred it, I just want to warm up some tortillas. I like this medium size. You don't need to add any oil to your tortillas if they're really good quality. You just need to warm them up on each side for 30 seconds. And while they're warming up, let's shred some duck. So look at this. This is what we're after. See how the meat just falls off the bone? I'm not using a knife, just 2 forks, and the meat falls away. That is the way I like to serve good quality tacos. Generous amounts of meat, lots of sauce. All right, let's turn over our tortillas. Just give them a few moments. Turn the heat off and let's plate up. So we'll add some duck and some of that really rich onion sauce to each, filling that up. And I'm making 3 because I can definitely get through 3 tacos, particularly when it's served with delicious duck like this. And you may have noticed I've left the skin on because it is crispy. Okay, just going to place them into my plate here. I just like to use one that has a lip on it, just so they hold up straight while we fill them up. Okay, and then the pineapple salsa over the top. You can add some extra onion if you like, but I just think this combination is just right. You don't want too much of the salsa. Gorgeous. This is truly Mexican. Duck carnitas served as a taco. So good.